Hello and welcome back to this next smartwatch review. Today we have model, I don't know what model this is. Let me open it up. It's a no-name model. I bought this off Temu with my own money. And by my own money, I mean your money, the money I generate, the small amount of ad revenue I generate on this YouTube channel to keep my kayaking adventures going. I don't see a model number here, but it is a smartwatch. It's a big face with a camouflage band here, and it's got an alternate black band and a charging cable. And if you're not familiar with my smartwatch and fitness tracker reviews, then you don't know just yet that I'm just going to show you what comes out of this box, and then I'm going to go charge it up and disappear for a few days or a few weeks, and then come back after I've worn it and give you my full, fair, and honest thoughts. It looks like some sort of polymer or plastic back. Let me hold. Okay, so this looks like it's the model HT30 Smartwatch. So it's telling me the app here is FitCloud Pro. So let me go install that and pair it. And hey, like I said, I'm just going to go away and come back with my full, fair, and honest review. My first thoughts are, I like a big watch. You've got to have the right arm and wrist to pull this off, though. So I understand that. It's got this camouflage band, which I like. It's got the orange accent around the bezel. It's got an orange button on the upper right, and it looks like, I don't know, there's a button in the middle here. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I'll figure this out. Looks like a speaker. That might be the microphone to take and receive Bluetooth calls. So yeah, the marking here is GTLLBT. It's got the CE certification. Yeah, let me go wear it, and through the magic of editing, you will get my full review in just a few seconds. And just so you know, I've got a smart ring review coming soon. I've been wearing this for a couple days. I'll keep that a little secret. I've got another smartwatch review coming first before this one. Yeah, the tariffs at the beginning of the year really slowed my smartwatch reviews down on this channel, but it seems as though things are flowing again, so I hope to bring you more of these reviews in the near future, so stay tuned. So let's talk about this watch, the HT30. There's a lot to get into because this packs a lot of bang for the buck. First off, I got this in the camouflage band, and I think that looks really good. It's got the orange accent around the bezel. It's a solid case, 2 buttons here on the top right and bottom right. It's got the microphone over here. It's got the speaker, and it's got a blue light here, which they call it a blue light. I don't know if it's infrared or near infrared. And then it has a flashlight feature on the front. So that is all really good. Let me press this top right button and make it come to life. Let me swipe down, and let's get into some of the settings here. Let's just go through them all. And right off the bat, I'm going to turn the brightness all the way up for the purposes of making this video. And then screen time, I'm going to max that out up to 30 seconds, again, for the purposes of this review. Alright, so we press that top right button, the watch face comes to life, we swipe down. Here is that flashlight feature, and this is actually a very bright flashlight, okay? And it's a little hard maybe to tell with the studio lights, but this does shine a fair amount of light, and certainly in the dark it's going to be good enough to get you where you're going. And I like the fact that it's at the top of the watch too, so you can kind of aim that wherever you want. If we turn that off, all right, there's that. And then we have this blue light, or the infrared light detection here, and this is for counterfeit protection. So if you shine that against the bill, there are parts of most currency that will glow a little bit, and if it's counterfeit, it will not glow. And if it's real, you will see sort of the stuff in the background glowing up. And it's a pretty good thing. I kind of like it for counterfeit detection. And let's swipe down and turn that off. Okay. And then let's kind of go around the horn here. We can get into the settings. You got your menu style, your notifications, your display. You can do your watch face switch. All right, so you can get into different dials and whatnot, and there's plenty more in the app. You can look at your battery life. You can put this into power saving mode, and I'll warn you, when you put this into power saving mode, it turns the Bluetooth off. So don't try to sync your watch when you're in power saving mode, because it won't work. If you put it in power saving mode like I do with most of my smartwatches that I test to save battery life, just make sure you turn it back on. It's got that dynamic island feature if you'd like, vibration and sound. You can have it, you can basically mute it, vibration, or you can have it vibrate and ring. And you can change the vibration intensity. All right, here's your language choice, your QR code for the app. You can set the time and date right here from the watch itself. This is a little bit different for most sub $30 smartwatches, whereas you need to sync them with the app on your phone, and it will pull the time and date from your phone. This one, you can set the time right here from the watch itself. All right, time and date, that's where you would do that. Customizable button, basically you can define what this bottom right button does when you click it and when you long press it. Right now, if I click it, it'll get me in the workout modes from the main screen, and if I press and hold, it will go into an SOS mode, and we'll demonstrate that in just a second here. You can set a password if you wish, and then you have some system settings here. Here's your system info, the HT30, gives you a firmware version. You can shut down, you can restart, and you can do a factory reset. So that's that setting button. Here's the SOS feature. Prepare yourselves. All right, so it turns on a siren and makes that flashlight flash. It's kind of loud and annoying, but you know, if you want to use it, it's in an emergency situation to get people's attention. You want it to be kind of loud and annoying. So there's that. Here's that info screen again. Here's your brightness brightness setting, a shortcut to it. Here is your phone feature, where you can make and take calls right from the watch itself when connected via Bluetooth, and when your phone is within about 10 meters. It's got to be, this is not a SIM card watch. It can only do Bluetooth calls. All right. There's a do not disturb mode, and then we're back to that counterfeit detection light and the flashlight. So when we get to the main screen again, if I press that top right button a second time, this gets us into the various modes. Here's that telephone mode, and again, you can make and take calls right from the watch. I've tested that. That works just fine. Contact persons. I did not sync my contacts from my phone, but you could. Call records. All right. There are your contacts. Voice assistant, if you wish. Data. It kind of gives you just sort of a dynamic screen of your steps walked, your calorie count for the day, and estimated of distance walked. And then your workout modes: walking, running, hiking, cycling, rope skipping, basketball, badminton, soccer, boating. And there are more in the app that you can push to the watch if you wish. Workout records. Here is where you would take your heart rate. Now, I'm not connected. I don't have it attached to my hand, obviously, but you see those green diodes trying to do their thing. It will track your sleep, blood oxygen saturation. There are those green diodes yet again, so this will be SpO2, and it will take a supposed blood pressure measurement, and there it's using a combination of red and green diodes. Again, it's going to fail because I don't have this against my wrist. But, yeah, this is not a medical device, so don't trust this. It's not approved by the FDA or anything like that. This data it presents to you for health-related functions or for reference only. They make a bold claim right in the instructions. This is medical, is not a medical device, so don't treat it as such. All right, you can get to your messages here. No unread messages. It will pull in weather from your smartphone when you sync it, and it gives you today's weather, the high and low temperature, and it actually gives you the forecast basically for the next 6 days. So you get a full week today and then the next full week of weather pulled in from your phone. You can control the music on your phone from the watch itself when tethered via Bluetooth. Breath training, it's got a stopwatch feature, it's got a timer feature here, and you can set various alarms to have it vibrate and or ring to wake you up. Business card, collection mode, it's got a calendar in here, it's got a calculator in here, and if we keep going, it's got a find your phone feature, a camera that will trigger the shutter on your phone when tethered via Bluetooth, so you can be some distance away from your phone and trigger a picture from your watch. There's that SOS mode again. Let's not do that. You already saw what that's about. So it's got something called ErnieBot here, and that's basically a voice-activated AI when connected via your phone via Bluetooth. You can ask it basic questions, and it will come back with some AI-generated answers right on the screen. It's got a game on here. I don't play games on a smartwatch, but there's one there. Kind of a unique feature that you don't find often, but in a rugged outdoor style watch like this, you would expect this. It's got a compass, which is really neat. And then you can get back into settings again, all right? So you can also twist the crown to work your way through this menu, which is like a nice alternate way to navigate. And I can feel it vibrate with every one of these little clicks. So you get that sensory feedback as to that something is happening. All right, you can change your menu styles here, your notifications. You can, change your display, look at your battery life, dynamic island, and it just kind of gets you back to that first settings menu that we looked at. So let's go. Let me swipe up. We can look at our messages. I wipe messages, but it'll pull in SMS messages from your phone when tethered via Bluetooth, and that works fine. That's been testing out very, very well in the past week that I've worn this. Let's go look at the app, and then let me get back to you with my final thoughts. But yeah, I think it's a good-looking watch. It packs a lot of wallop from money, a lot of features in there. The app is pretty good, so let's check that out. The app here is Fit Cloud Pro, so let's click on that. And that brings up the main interface here, and I like it. It's nice and clean and easy to navigate and easy to see what's going on, okay? You have your summary at the very top. If you swipe down, it will sync the watch, okay? So it's happening there. Here are your sports records. Here's an outdoor walk I took a few days ago, and it will give you your duration of the time engaged in the sport, your number of steps, your estimated kilocalorie burn, your average heart rate, your average speed, average pace, average step frequency, and your average stride length. And you can look at a diagram of your heart rate zone, heart rate trace, and your heart rate zones over the course of that activity. So that's all pretty good. Here is your sleep tracking, and if you look here, it gives you sort of a high, deep sleep and light sleep, and your time sleeping in total over the course of a night. And if you click on one of these, you can kind of get in and see a little bit more details. And here's your daily deep sleep, light sleep, awake times. All right, so that's all pretty good. Here's your heart rate in beats per minute, and you can set this to automatically monitor this during the day. And I'll show you that in the settings here, or you can take that on demand just by pressing the start button here. Here it will do your heart rate. Again, not a medical device. I don't trust this as a clinically or FDA approved device. This is for your information only, but it'll generate numbers for you for your reference. And generally, you just want to, know what your blood pressure is by seeing a real doctor. And then kind of just, if you want to use these devices just to kind of monitor it, just look for deviations. I think that's a valid use. But don't trust your inaccurate blood pressure to any of these wrist-worn devices just yet until they're FDA approved. And there is blood oxygen saturation, or SpO2, all right? And it'll give you your highest, your lowest, and your average over the course of the day. And you can scroll back through your days and see what that looks like. All right, we get into the device settings here. You see I'm connected, the HT30, wallet, business card, push notifications. Right now, I really only have it turned on for SMS messages, okay, and Messenger. So just a couple there. I don't like smartwatches binging and bonging and bothering me with the notifications all day. As a matter of fact, most times I mute my phone because I hate constantly being distracted. You can set alarms on the app here to repeat, have a number of different alarms and call them different things. If you want to set alarms 10 minutes apart, if you're a heavy sleeper and don't like to wake up, you can set multiple alarms 10 minutes after each other, or whatever you would like. You can set multiple alarms. You can enable an activity reminder to remind you to get up and move. If you sit too long, you can remind yourself to drink water every 60 minutes if you wish. I disable those. Here is your dial library, and it's got plenty of different faces in here, watch dials. Obviously, I'm using the one I like the most, but there's plenty to choose from here, and you can push those to the watch. Game push, somatosensory games. I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. I haven't used it. It looks like maybe it's getting you to do some dancing and exercises to burn fat. Push sport. Here is the list of all the sports in the library and the app that if I pushed one, then it would, or tapped one, then it would push it to the watch. So you don't necessarily have to have all of these on the watch. And in fact, you can remove the ones you don't really use. I added boating to my watch because I'm a kayaker, obviously. So there's where you would find your sports to push. Here is that automatic health monitoring. I have it set to turn on from 2 a.m. to 10 o'clock at night. And it'll do that automatic blood pressure, heart rate, and SpO2 monitoring. Wrist dial, you can choose which hand you want to wear this on. And let's see, you can choose between 12 and 24 hour style. And, you can sync frequent contacts. You can shake it to take a photo from your phone. Restore the factory settings and device version. And then just a little bit about yourself. You can set exercise goals. You can change your units from imperial to metric, or imperial to metric in pounds or kilograms. You can connect it to Google Fit, Health Connect, or Strava. You can have it run things in the background if you wish. And then some notification or reminder help, FAQs, some suggestions if you're having trouble with anything, and then you can get into your settings here. So the app is clean. I like it. Seems to do a really good job. Straightforward, easy to interpret. So there we have the HT30 Smartwatch. It's got that flashlight, compass. The battery in here is a 600 milliamp hour battery, so it packs a lot of life in there, and I've been wearing it multiple days without having to recharge it. So that's good. It's rugged. It's 360 by 360 pixels in its display. It's IP68 waterproof. It has that voice assist, heart rate, blood pressure, SpO2. Is it the best watch on earth? No, this is a budget smartwatch, folks. But guess what? It's selling on AliExpress right now for $27. And do I think it's a solid value for $27? Heck yeah, I think it's amazing for what you get in this watch for sub $30. It's just a fantastic watch. I've really been digging on it in the week I've been wearing it to test it. It's just a good-looking watch in my opinion and estimation. I like the way it looks on the wrist. I love the camouflage. I love the orange accent. I would say this is a winner. Definitely go check it out. I'll drop a link below. You can check it out on AliExpress. And know that if you do buy anything really on that trip to AliExpress through my link, I do earn a little bit of affiliates commission from that. Doesn't cost you anything extra, so I appreciate that. And like I said earlier, these smartwatch reviews support my kayaking adventures. So I hope my kayaking friends kind of understand that I do these reviews to monetize the site. I've got a smartwatch and fitness tracker review playlist on my YouTube channel, so go check those out. I think I've got over 200 smartwatch reviews and multiple smart ring reviews at this point, with more on the way. Yeah, the HT30, check it out. It's a solid value for under $30. And thank you for visiting. I appreciate your time. You know, time and attention these days those are probably the most precious commodities we have in today's modern society. So I appreciate you stopping by and spending a few minutes with me. I very much appreciate you. And feel free to come check me out at davethekayaker.com. Thank you so much, and I'll be back soon with some more reviews.